Hi, I'm using my blogging camera, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is story time with Deborah. So let me get comfortable. This is my daughter's favorite story. She finds it hilarious. This is the Greyhound Story. So let me set this up for you. I used to live in Florida near Satellite Beach, and my husband at the time, actually he's been my only husband, he was in Dallas, Texas, next to Love Field, going to airframe and power plant, A&P school in Dallas. And I didn't have much money because my son was still in high school, so I decided to take a Greyhound. And I got on at Melbourne, Florida, and this wasn't my first trip because I had gone from Florida to Virginia. So I was a seasoned Greyhound traveler. There's some rules there. You never sit in the back seat, and you don't talk to anybody, because if you do, you're not going to be able to sleep. And when you can, grab a seat in the middle of the night so that you can somewhat lay down to get comfortable so you can sleep at least a couple hours. So I'm sitting in the bus in Melbourne, and I was like really happy because no one was sitting next to me. Now the bus is full though, and all of a sudden this one woman, there's no other way to describe her except a bag lady. That's the only way you can describe her, yeah. So put that image in your head. Now, I don't know if you've ever ridden a Greyhound bus before, but they stop at every little town, which why it takes 3 times as long to get to your destination. So a woman gets on and she sits next to me. No, I got it all backwards. I got this all backwards. I got it backwards. She was already on the bus and I get on. Yeah. You know, it's that Ambien. I'm telling you, I have lapses of memory from this Ambien I've been on for 10 years. It's a little scary. I can't remember one of the funniest stories of my life. Okay, so she's already on the bus and I come up. There's no other seats, so I sit down. And she screams to the bus driver. She goes, "I paid for a whole full seat." And the bus driver turned around and said, "Nobody gets a full seat." So she's already extremely agitated. Now, I can tell you right off the bat that she wasn't right in the head, because you never get a full seat on a Greyhound. You don't pay for a full seat. You have to always share it. And there's no way that 2 people can sit on that chair without their thighs touching. It's just like impossible. So she's very upset, very upset. I could tell. So I just kept my peace, shut my mouth, never said a word to her. So we are going through, I don't know if it was I don't know what town it was, but it was like in the wee hours of the night, like at 2 a.m. Everybody's asleep on the bus. Everyone is asleep. Everybody's quiet. No one's playing their music. No kids are crying. And I accidentally moved. And she screams out. I mean, a blood-curdling scream that woke everybody up on the bus. And she screamed, "She touched me! Oh, she touched me!" So I'm thinking, everybody's going to think I'm some kind of a pervert. But like I said, you can't help but touching people, you know, when they sit down, or you can't move without touching their hip. And I was so mortified that she accused me of this, that I decided, probably for the first time in my life, to get revenge. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I was really thinking about getting revenge, because I have never been so humiliated in my life. So, she fell asleep, and she touched me. She fell asleep right on my shoulder. And now I'm really mad, because I could have raised a fuss. I said, okay. I had some gum in my mouth, so I just plopped the gum right on the top of her bun of her hair. And then she still wouldn't move. She was just laying on my shoulder, and I knew that if I said anything, that she was going to throw a fit. So she must have slept on my shoulder for the longest time. And like I tell you, she was mean. So I had these little teeny scissors. Do you know where this is going? These little teeny scissors that you get with those dollar thread kits like you get at the dollar store. I took those little scissors and I started cutting the top of her bun off. You know? And she never moved. She didn't, you know. So then we get off the bus to go use the restroom. I'll never forget. Thank God I didn't have to deal with her anymore. As she was walking through the Greyhound terminal, her hair was spiked up from where I had cut it around the top. She still had gum stuck to the top of her head. But that is, I think, the only time I've ever been consciously, on purpose, mean to somebody. And my daughter just loves it when I tell this story. But, again, like I say, if you're going to go Greyhound, don't never leave your luggage, because I lost very nice luggage and the contents of it when I asked the bus driver if we were changing buses, and he said no. And then when I went in to get something to eat and came back out, the buses were changed. Nowhere was my luggage. But I know that when you're on a Greyhound and you see these guys coming in with blue jeans, a white crew t-shirt, and a manila folder. I was going to get one. I thought I had one here. They're just released from prison. And they all come in with these flip-flops, and they all wear the same thing. They all have that manila folder. And I'm pretty sure that one of the guys from the prison release had taken my luggage. All right. Now, I don't have a remote to turn this camera off. It's only the second time I've used it, so I guess I'm going to have to get up and turn it off. Bye. Please subscribe for more stories. Bye.